So if you've been involved with the stock market for a while, then you know that it takes a good understanding not only of the markets, but of human emotion as well. However, that's kind of easier said than done, especially when you think about things like work, school, family, and all of the other responsibilities that we have. Finding consistent candidates to trade can be extremely challenging. So in this video, I'm going to break down some of the tips and strategies to help you find the next big move, no matter what season of life you're in. Coming right up.
Hey, what's up? Rob here with Wealth Builders HQ, where we bring you the best tips and tools for building your skills to develop wealth for today and well into the future. And on this channel, we do a lot of stock market analysis for long and short term, as well as recaps just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, one of the questions we get most from our Wealth Builders HQ community is, how do you look at where the stock market has been and determine where it is headed? So we have actually put together an entire free live training workshop that is all about finding the best candidates for today's market. And there's a section for the community, you, to bring your stocks to the event and have me analyze them for you in real time. This free workshop is called Power Hour, and it's taught every Monday live online at noon Eastern Time. I'll leave a link to it below in the show notes.
So let's start off by taking a look for this week at the upcoming economic reports. So we've got very few that are high probability or high impact reports this week. We've got one coming up on Tuesday, which is at 8:30 a.m., and it's the PPI, Producer Price Index, and M over M is month over month. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, they're really all day long meetings. They're G20. You look more for the announcement to come out if something gets said there, but you're not normally watching traders wait on it. But anything that does come out of this G20 could be massive in size. So next, let's go ahead and take a look at the earnings for this week. Now, we are in the start of earnings season right now, guys. Here's just a few. You've got things like United Healthcare, you've got Delta Airlines, Bank of America, a couple of banks, Goldman Sachs, right? KeyBank is another one we look at banking and so forth, right? So there's a ton of good quality stocks out there this week, and will be for the next 2 or 3 weeks, massive numbers increasing over the next couple of weeks. So keep your eye on that for any stock you're looking to trade. Now, as we go ahead and go this week and look at the S&P 500 for our review, folks, keep something in mind. We're back at that 2584 Teeter Totter, right? We're up, we're down, we're there, we're not. We just can't really decide from the S&P what we want to be when we grow up. And that's the 2584, the dark black line, right? So just be cognizant of that. Keep your eyes on that with a good, clear understanding of we're using that as a catalyst. Is it breaking up or breaking down? That's the level we're looking for the break off to take place from. You can see we're moving between that 2573.38 level and the 2600 level right there. We're looking for a break. Either one of them, we want to see where it goes when it wants to, what it wants to be when it grows up. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the movers and shakers from last week. Now we look at Amazon, and I'm going to change this to a weekly stock, right? To a weekly candidate or candle. So just that one last candle is the last one full week of time. So we're up $65 on Amazon. Nice little move. Not great, but nice move for Amazon. Most of it bullish, but a bunch of give back at the end of the week. Booking, who had a $51 drop to the downside, equal sized wicks, top and bottom, which was important on the upside when it stretched to the 1750 level. Then we get to CMG, Chipotle Mexican Grill. Oh my goodness gracious, people woke up and found out that Chipotle is their favorite food in the world, right? Now, we started with kind of, not exactly, but kind of that shaved bottom, meaning we opened up almost near the low of the week. Very little stretch below it, not much, before the catalyst of just taking off to the upside. To me, $51 on Chipotle is much more impressive than $65 on Amazon or $51 on Booking. Now on Netflix, keep in mind, earnings coming up very shortly. We're up $40 this week. What a massive gain back in the last 3 weeks. Look at what it dropped, what Netflix dropped from the last reversal up from 386 all the way down to 230. And now we're back at 340 already. Just huge move. More than half on its way back up. And then we have Tesla, TSLA. Right? So Tesla had a good, strong bounce this week. It was up just shy of $30 for the week. So really not too shabby. Now let's go ahead, turn this back over to a daily chart And let's go look at some that are potentials for this week. Right? Apple is the first one. Let me kind of bring that out a little bit. If Apple breaks to the downside, we're looking at that 146.5 level as our first target on Apple. Now, we just spent an extensive amount of time on Apple and all of these stocks actually in Power Options Play. So hopefully I'll catch you guys in there to learn more about what we do and how in our, of course, we only talk paper trading account, but in our paper trading account, how we were able to generate $1.3 million last year. And these were all trades that were called live saying, when the stock does this, take the trade. When the stock does that, get out of the trade. All of that done before it ever happened. All the rules were set up, $1.3 million. Come and check it out, guys. I'll leave a link for it down below in the show notes. Then we got Amazon. Now, Amazon's in this rectangle, right? It had a nice move for the week, but most of it was that gap up on Tuesday, and then it just kind of failed back a little bit. We're in what I call the dreaded box of neutrality. So if we can get a breakout above that 167 level or down below that 1622 level, right? So 1667, 1622, those are the two levels. Break out either one of those, and we'll look to take potential trades in that direction. Booking, on the other hand, is in another bearish bias, just like an Apple is. Now remember, earnings, earnings, earnings. Look at their earnings. Do not get caught on the wrong side of it. If earnings are coming out, caution should go into any trade no matter what. But we're looking at 1600-ish level to the downside. And then Home Depot. Home Depot also in a little bit of that rectangle. So if we kind of zoom in on this here, we can draw that dreaded box of neutrality. Right in there. Let's see. Roughly in there. A little bit higher. We'll get to the top of that wick. So we're looking at that 181 level. And on the upside, the downside about 177. In that range, guys, looking for a breakout. Which direction do we take it? I don't know. Which way does it break out? All right, that's the key. Where do we go?
I hope this update was helpful, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And actually, if you want more insights like this, you could just go over to wealthbuildershq.com. I'll post a link to it below. Now, the question of the day is, what stocks are you going to be looking at for next week? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. So thank you for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, Wealth Builders HQ is bringing you the best tips and tools for building sustainable wealth in the stock market. Keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon. Take care, folks.